Whoa, mic turned on halfway through that. I promise I didn't mean to yell at you. Come in, settle down, find a seat. We are, it looks like, about at capacity, which snaps to all of you. This is why. Yeah, first round of applause. I will say this is our 5th FilDev Summit, and I think we're starting to get a hang of these things because we started this at noon. We are gathering for 2.5 days together as a group. Today, we're going to all be together all day here in this room, so get comfy. Get to know some friends that maybe you haven't met before. It's going to be a really, really awesome time. We have 3 main tracks today. We have this opening and welcome track, which I'm about to kick off with you. Then we are going to have a challenges, opportunities, and road mapping track with myself and Juan Benet. And then we are going to end with our product market fit track led by Clara. So it's going to be a jammed packed day. Before we get started, I want to start off with a big thank you to everyone who made this possible. First, to the Filecoin Foundation events team, our AV team, our venue. Thank you so much. They are literally the ones working overtime to make sure that we have such a phenomenal place to do this gathering. I also want to say a huge thank you to our FDS-5 sponsors, Filecoin Foundation, Protocol Labs, ZetaCube, Boosty, Lighthouse Storage, Fleek, Secured Finance, and Glyph. Thank you guys so much. This is why we get to have nice things. Thank you guys so much for making this possible. Okay, this is the welcome and intro track. You're in the right place. I'm going to start off with a quick FDS orientation for folks that are maybe new to this gathering. Who is at your first FDS? You've never been to FDS before. Awesome. Welcome. We are so excited to have you here. Thank you for coming. It's going to be great. We're pumped to get you guys involved in all of the ways that we can make Filecoin better. We're also going to make sure that you mix a lot with this side of the room that didn't raise their hands nearly enough to make sure that you have lots of buddies and mentors and folks that you can work with together. I'm going to hand it off to Elsa, our way through, not right now, Elsa, you're good, to give an overview of logistics. We are here in this space for the next 3 days. It's beautiful. There is so much stuff to do in this building. We have a lot of breakout space. We have a lot of uncomp space. If you don't end up having a one-on-one in the hallway with someone new, we have made a mistake. So we're going to have lots of good logistics to enable that. Then I'm going to gather all of the track leads. We have more tracks, despite this being a shorter FDS and fewer parallel tracks than any other FDS. Well, okay, except for ETH Denver. But like we have a lot of track leads who need to give you a quick intro into their track and what they're going to be doing. And then we're going to end with intros and icebreakers so this group gets to know each other a little bit better. Just prepare your brains for a lot of trivia. We're gonna really quiz you all about your deep Filecoin knowledge. It's going to be great. And Jennifer's going to be helping run our trivia and intros. All right, starting with our welcome and orientation, I want to cover 4 things. Why do we have these FilDev summits? What are our goals for this summit? A little bit about the event format and how to make the most out of this gathering. And then I'll hand off to Elsa to talk about logistics. Let's start with a quick recap of a past FDS in an entirely different venue that was way colder, but also very fun, that gathered us about a year ago in Iceland.
Core event. That's all we did.
That's bad.
Woohoo! Well, hopefully we have just as much fun as we had in Iceland with a little bit less freezing our butts off hiking in the middle of the Icelandic outdoors. All right. So as a quick reminder, many people in this room work on a whole ton of different areas. The Filecoin community is massive, and we are often very laser focused on shipping our thing in our domain, in our area of the Filecoin ecosystem and community. And part of the goal of the Phil Dev Summit is to gather across all of those different domains and teams and spend time as a big team, a big group that's looking at the bigger picture of what Filecoin needs to accomplish, how we can work together and coordinate across all of these different teams and companies and projects to achieve that upgrade path for Filecoin, and get a little bit out of our internal focus, share our knowledge, coordinate with each other, and work together across all these different domains. As for why we even have these summits, this is our 5th one. We've been having them for just over a year now. So we've done 5 in the past year, which is kind of crazy. The aim is for this to be a working event. We are really not trying to be rah-rah, showcase really exciting stuff. We have Phil Bangkok that is coming on November 11th. This is a working session and a working conference for us to talk about our protocol upgrade trajectory, align on hard topics that maybe we aren't often doing because we're spread across different teams and across this wide community. We're building our shared roadmap. We're trying to understand what improvements are coming from various different teams. We're workshopping and designing those new improvements together. We're identifying new FIPS or workshopping what the new deal struct will look like so that we can better accommodate SLAs or track retrievability inside of a deal. We're also growing our community. We have a whole set of new folks that this is their first FDS. It's a great opportunity for them to really dive deeper on how Filecoin is getting better over time and learn a lot so that they can take up the reins of pushing Filecoin forward and building that momentum for this community and project. So that's why we're here. A few goals. We definitely want to be advancing Filecoin improvements, focusing what's coming soon, what's coming in the midterm, how do we solve key problems. We want to explore new ideas together. This is a great opportunity with folks from many different perspectives to be sharing knowledge, talking about problems, workshopping solutions. We want to catalyze action. Let's not just talk about ideas. Let's actually form action plans to get them solved and resolve those issues going forward. Again, folks across many different teams, it's a great opportunity to deepen your relationship with folks you might not work with every day and learn new things from them, exploring new areas that you might not be an expert in outside of your comfort zone. Last but not least, let's explain things so that our newcomers become our future champions and our future core devs. A couple of things that I hope that we get out of this FDS in particular, my desired outcomes. I want folks to share a lot of knowledge, form new connections with people they might not already know, align on improvement paths for Filecoin, spark new ideas across different areas, deep dive on new upgrade paths and get on the same page and align on the path forward, hack some key pain points, and have a lot of fun. So if we achieve some of those things during this FDS, I will be a happy camper. Okay, a quick orientation on event format. We are really co-designing this event with all of you. We have this deep focus on learning and building together. We're not showcasing what already exists. We're talking about the future. So don't expect a lot of things that have already been celebrated in previous events. We're going to be spending a lot of time on whiteboards talking about net new ideas that we haven't yet shipped or built. We really want to strengthen connections between teams that don't get to work together. And we want to spend a lot of time, sharing our mental picture so that we walk out of this being like, I am way more on the same page with the people that I work with about what I need to do next to make Filecoin better and stronger. I am not operating in a silo all by myself. I am part of a bigger group that is making a huge push forward, and we're on the same page. As part of that, we have split this into a lot of different tracks, and you have the autonomy of which track you want to go to, which sessions you want to go to, and the format of each of those tracks is up to our track leads. So some of these are going to be 90% workshops. Some of these are going to be much more knowledge sharing oriented. Some of these, you better bring your computer because we're going to be live dog fooding and demoing and debugging during the session themselves. So make sure that you look through the schedule. This is phildev.io/FDS-5. That is your happy place. Go and figure out everything that's happening. We also have a Google Calendar, so you can add all of them to your favorite calendar. But make sure that you go to the things that are useful for you and you don't go to the things that aren't useful for you. No one is keeping tabs on you and requiring you to be somewhere if it's not going to be useful. All of these tracks are going to be recorded and published. I just recently did the accounting of this for Retro PGF, and there's something like 6,000 views of Phil Brussels videos that happened just like 4 months ago. So that's pretty cool. Lots of people can watch these things after the fact. You don't need to, and you really cannot go to all of these videos and tracks at the same time. So make that your Thanksgiving and or winter holiday watching schedule and do that later. Note that if you have things that aren't recorded in the video, you might have other takeaways from hallway conversations, from whiteboarding sessions. Try to document that and share it out. Twitter is your friend. I mean, Twitter's not your friend, but Twitter's a useful platform to share ideas. Please document your learnings and make it accessible to the rest of the group. FilDev Summit, which is our Filecoin Slack channel, is another great place to put your ideas as you come up with new brilliant thoughts. You choose your own adventure. Make sure that you also use time to work with people here. You can go, there's the Kukuna Lounge, great place to hang out and just co-work with people if you want to do some pair programming. We have a lot of breakout space, so go and make the use of it. All right, I'm going to call up Elsa to tell us about logistics. Big green button.
Hi, my name is Elsa. I'm part of the Filecoin Foundation's events team, so we're going to go over some logistics to make sure you have a great and impactful experience here at FilDev Summit. One thing to remember is please wear your badge every single day. This will allow you to get into the various track rooms we have the next few days here, and you can find the full schedule on the FilDev Summit website. Our Wi-Fi is listed here, and there's no password. And then as you see pictured here to the back, that is Millie and Maria. They are our AV team. So if there's anything you need AV-wise or event logistic-wise, please look for us and we're more than happy to help you. One thing that's important, if you do not want to be photographed, please go to the reception and we will get you a sticker to put on your badge and we will not share any photos or videos of you. Our FilDev Summit coordination team, we have Jenny, Marta, Molly, and James. I do want to thank our Orbit volunteers, though. They have flown all the way out here to help support this event. If we could give them a round of applause. And then our beautiful venue. Obviously, we're at the Gay Soren Urban Resort in the Gay Soren Tower. You're all here, you found it, thankfully, but there are elevators that have a corgi sticker on it. If you do not know where to go, it's on the 19th floor. Here is our beautiful floor map of the venue. We're in the crystal box right now. This is our main stage room. And then all the way down the hall, Oak 1, Oak 2, and the lawn, that is our track rooms. If there are no tracks going on in there, you're more than welcome to do unconferences or co-work in those spaces. The Kakuna Lounge, it's for networking and meals. And then the Horizon Bar in the middle, that is for quiet time and a space to work. I do want to flag, we do have a content recording studio. So if you want to record a podcast or a video, you're more than welcome to book one in front of TruePods 1 and 2, as well as private meeting room spaces. This is the Crystal Box, main stage room. The lawn, this is where tracks like demo and dog fooding will be, service providers tracks, which is all the way down the hall. And Oak 1 and Oak 2, this is where strategic marketing will be and the APAC roundtable, but you can find more on the website. And our Sky Terrace, that's where our reception will be, but of course, if it's raining, it will be moved indoors. And here's the QR code if you'd like to download our Google Calendar. This is where we'll update all of our talks. Give you a second. Yeah. We'll stick this in Slack. And here's our Slack. I think this is where you'll find it. It's #FilDev Summit. And of course, our code of conduct, we ask everyone to be respectful. If there are any instances, please find myself, Molly, and Jenny, and we'll work it out. that's it.
That's that.
Alrighty. I would now like to invite all of our track leads up to the stage. We have a lot of you, so if everyone can come, Steph, Jenny, Sarah, Marta, Megan, Ching, Clara, Marta. Okay, I already said Marta. Paul. I need a Ray. Where's Ray? Or Sajal? Yeah, you're here. Amazing. Sorry, I didn't see you. Yeah, maybe another mic is good. Wait, you want to switch mics? Okay. Okay. We'll figure out if we're missing anyone. I'm standing in for Juan because he's still making his slides. I guess we can stare at the slide. We're missing a polar bear. Has anyone seen Eva? She's not here yet. Jenny's going to stand in for Eva. Cool. Where's your polar bear costume, Jenny? Clearly, got to step up. But actually, first, huge round of applause for all of these amazing track leads putting together all this content for you. Guys are the best. Thank you for making FDS amazing. I will start with our welcome and intro track. I am leading it. It is happening now. It is happening here. You are all here. Our goals are to orient you, intro you, form some face-to-face connections, and help you navigate this amazing gathering to make the most out of it. So we're going to jump into our icebreakers right after this. I'm also introing the charting the Filecoin roadmap, progress challenges, and what's next track. That'll be happening right after we finish all of our intros today, 1:30 to 4 p.m. here in the Crystal Box. We'll review challenges and opportunities in the Filecoin ecosystem, our strategy for making Filecoin more successful going forward, and remind ourselves what's our upgrade trajectory, align on some of the major improvements that are happening across different teams, and focus ourselves to solve the biggest problems and gaps while we're all here together during FDS. All right, Clara.
Amazing. So we're going to continue here from 4 to 6:30 to really talk about what product market fit is. We actually started talking about this topic in the last Filecoin Dev Summit in Brussels. And this is really 3 days of dedicated focus to make sure we have alignment over what we're seeing as market demand for distributed decentralized storage, and also making sure that the amazing startups and L2s building on Filecoin, we're really building the features that we're hearing from real customers. And so that track is going to take place here, and then also the Crystal Box in the other few days. Tomorrow it's going to be from 9 to noon. And then on Thursday, we're going to have also a morning of available time for people to do breakout sessions. It really will also help you guys understand what we're seeing as client case studies and really how to do business development, making sure that we have clear alignment on what PMF means and also service level agreements. So there's going to be a lot happening today, and we hope you guys can stay around.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, so this is Raul. I'm going to be leading the IPC user working group track. That's happening tomorrow. It's 2 hours from 10 to 12. It's going to happen in Oak One, and this is going to be a high bandwidth focused interactive workshop that's uniting IPC core devs with IPC adopters and any curious mind that wants to learn more about IPC. Things that we're going to be addressing here are you're going to hear firsthand from what everybody's doing with IPC, and we're going to learn from each other. We're going to align on roadmap, priorities, and features and requirements that we need to ship to support everything that's coming down the line for Filecoin. And also, we're going to discuss innovative solutions that IPC is very well poised to deliver, like things like, for example, making storage deals from L2s directly into the L1 and saving chain history state and so on. And why is this track important? Let me convince you to come to it. Filecoin's impact is increasingly relying on new features that are going to be delivered by L2 platforms, such as hot storage, caching, quality of service networks, and so on. And these are going to be networks that are going to be deployed as L2 plus networks on the L1. And IPC is the stack that many of these teams are using to launch their dedicated networks. So it really becomes a critical dependency of the Filecoin roadmap in itself. So this track is for stakeholders to shape the future of IPC, to discover and discuss requirements, to make sure that IPC is delivering on the potential and the promise and all of your expectations.
Awesome. Thanks, Raul. Ching, you're next. Hello, everyone. I'm Chang. So tomorrow at the APAC Roundtable, we'll be discussing a lot of key feedbacks as well as challenges we collected in APAC in the past few months regarding all the events as well as in one-on-one interviews. So we're going to go explore the challenges as well as opportunities that impact region from SP standpoint as well as the builder community. And then regarding a lot of requests as interests around governance and FIPS, how community members could be involving, we'll have dive deep discussion around that topic as well. And lastly, we're going to discuss a lot of ideas, alternative solutions in terms of how to incentive Filecoin network regarding the SPs and clients. So feel free to join us. And also this track going to be in Mandarin and English. So feel free to join us. Thank you. And we are going to have translation between those two because not everyone speaks both of them. All right.
Okay. Hi. So my name is Sarah. I'll be hosting the storage primitives, data apps, L2s, and service interop track together with Jenny. What we aim to do out this day is, let's say you've gone through Clara sessions of PMF and you've heard from clients and customers and you're an SP and you have some ideas on how Filecoin should be working. We want to come into this track and nail down a technical roadmap and vision for what we can actually do coming in next year, right? So not going to leave the room until we actually have that. Kidding. But you come in and we will give, even if you're new to Filecoin, we will have building blocks 101 so that everyone's on the same page. And then we'll also have builders and customers and ecosystem partners come in to actually say what they are looking for from a technical perspective. And then in the afternoon after the break, we'll come in and do workshops. So everyone's invited to contribute. We will have some fantastic pitches from some core contributors on what their vision is. So you have some ideas running and we want to hear from everyone on how you want to make Filecoin better. So that is the track for tomorrow from 1 to 6 p.m. At the lawn. Yeah.
Awesome. I guess I would do this one as well. Yeah. If you're just new to the whole open source world and really want to work with super cool engineers, building cutting edge softwares, go to the PLDG, the Future of the Open Source Software track, to hang out with Protocol Lab Dev Guild community to discuss how you can be a part of the OSS developers and learn from them. And also, I think there's every 3 months, there's a new cohort of PLDG that's kicking off. So if you are interested in joining the future cohort and learning what kind of the project you can contribute to with the people, go to that track for sure. It's on Thursday, 1 to 3 at the Oak Wine Room. And thank you to whoever is leading the track. Thanks, Anuba. She'll be joining us.
Hi, everyone. So I know there are going to be a lot of technical conversations about driving towards PMF this week, but marketing and comms is an underutilized tool in your toolkit for reaching PMF. So the strategic marketing in a decentralized world track will be all about giving founders and builders of new and nucleated teams the tools to understand why marketing shouldn't be the last thing on their laundry list, but an integral part of their go-to-market strategy. So we'll have some experts from FF talking about branding and founder-led comms. We'll have Jen from D-Store giving an amazing workshop on everything you need to know about building a go-to-market strategy, including giving away a ton of free consulting hours from D-Store. So definitely show up to take advantage. And then we'll have some guest stars from Civic. We'll have the VP of go-to-market there. And then we'll have the head of creative campaigns at Near talking about Web3 community building. So if you need a break, something different from your technical conversations, come to the strategic marketing track to walk away with some vital skills for launching your startups.
Woo!
And once you learn all of that, you can come to the Phil Plus Day or Phil Plus track. So we will have about 3 hours of mostly hands-on discussions and facilitated conversations. There will be one short 30-minute overview of state of Phil Plus, for those of you who are not necessarily paying attention to Phil Plus, although I can't believe anyone that is not paying attention. But in case you are, we'll have a 30-minute overview. We are now then doing allocator spotlight sessions where we invited some of our best allocators to talk about how are they making Phil Plus work for them and how are they successful. And then we'll jump into the facilitated conversations around macroeconomics and the next iteration of allocator pathways, or what can we do to improve it. So come, because Phil Plus is important to Filecoin, and we really believe that we can make the program work. And we are growing. It's growing pains, but we are getting there, and we're getting better. Every FDS is getting better, and because it's an opportunity for you to voice your opinion. So come, because if you don't come, you can't say that you don't like what's happening. Participate.
Thank you.
Hi, me again. I'm gonna be your polar bear for the day. But tomorrow, no, I think it's on Friday. The track is gonna be held by Eva from Phil Ponto about chain tooling and infra track. How many of you guys here are building a dApp or building toolings that dependent on RPC providers? Who cares about the Filecoin network has a very cool, useful chain explorers? Okay, cool. Anyone that's building any monitoring and stuff like that to make sure your app is still safe, network is up running? Okay, this is your try to go to if you have any pinpoints about the RPC provider, no performances, how to do the indexing to build all your Explorer step, wallet and so on and so forth. You want to go to Eva's track on Friday, Chrome 1 to discuss about the new improvements that's coming to the Lotus node and the Forest node. Tell the developers what your pinpoints are running your RPC providers and how we can support you to build a better architecture for your infra. And also we can talk about the pinpoints and just complain a little bit so we can make it better. But that's going to be held by Eva on Friday, Chrome 1. Please go that room if you are relevant to this track. Woohoo!
I really like that audience participation. Let's get a sense of how many teams here have had are part of a team that have applied to RetroPGF in the Filecoin world. Awesome. Huge number. There is an incredible experiment going on right now in the public goods funding world in RetroPGF and other forms of public goods funding mechanisms. If you are interested, please come to this track. We're going to talk about not just what we've learned in Filecoin RetroPGF in the past couple of rounds, but also we're going to have an incredible set of talks from adjacent communities, including folks from the Gitcoin world, folks from Arbitrum, Optimism, Celo. There's all sorts of interesting things that are happening in the public goods funding world right now. We've come a really, really long way from when Juan started talking about impact evaluators and impact markets back in the day. We're deploying actual capital now, many millions of dollars going out across many different ecosystems. So we're in this track. You can expect to see shared learnings across different ecosystems. And as we start to think about our roadmap planning for 2025, there's a lot of positive some ways that we can work together across ecosystems. So please come. It'll be a fun working session where we're going to chart out what we're going to be doing over the next year.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone. My name's Paul. I'm with Filecoin Foundation. Quick show of hands. Who here is a storage provider? 1, 2. Okay, yeah. So I figured they're about 10% of the room. These talks will be focused around that. SPs are the roots of the ecosystem. There's a lot of changes that have come forth. I have a local Thai SP that'll be coming. He's going to talk about his journey. He's part of what I would call the SP 2.0 journey, the new SPs that are coming online, selling storage into their local market, expanding where possible. I also have some lenders coming, so you can beat up on them. Raise your hand really quickly. Your story. Yep. Okay. They're there. Perfect. We've got some process optimization that has come forth. The Curio team is here. I don't know if they're exactly here right now, but they will be in the room. Thank you very much. You guys are going to be probably in the forefront of everything. So please come talk to them, help you run your SP more efficiently. And then we have myself, Jen, and a few others that are talking about how leads are being generated, how to book those through the POC process and close them and book some ARR. So that we'll all be there. If you have any questions for, SPs from the North America side as well, they'll be in the room. So thank you.
Woohoo!
Hello. So on Friday in the demos dog fooding workshop track, we're going to start with a video from ZetaCube, and then we're going to have some demos from Secured Finance, eStore, and Fleek. And then Sarah has offered up PhilFrame, the new developer tooling from Phil B, as tribute for our dog fooding session. So We're also going to have a look at Storacha. So the live dog fooding sessions, if you bring a laptop, we're going to go through their processes, test their tooling, document that on a Miro board. We've got a very simple but effective lightweight process for capturing bugs, things that people don't understand. There's always a meta thing with the stuff that I do. So as well as doing that dog fooding on FieldFrame, we will be sharing our process for dog fooding so you can then apply it to your own tooling when we're not in the room. Thank you very much.
Woohoo! Let's do some dog fooding on secured finance USD backed by Phil. That'd be cool. All right, last track will be our closing track with me back in here 5 to 6 p.m. on Friday, and then we will devolve into happy hour and drinking and lots of one-on-one conversations. So you want to be here. We are going to recap the takeaways from all of the different tracks because you can't go to all of those things at the same time. So you got to share some knowledge across the different ones. We'll retro quickly on event learnings. We really take all of our retro feedback super seriously. It's one of the reasons that we have fewer tracks in parallel. It's one of the reasons that we're doing this well ahead of DevCon so that we're not needing to be in 5 places at the same time. It's one of the reasons we're starting at 12:30 p.m. so that we're not having to wake up at the crack of dawn for track number 1. So come to the closing, retro, share your learnings and knowledge, and let's also start thinking, I know it's early, but let's start thinking about 2025 and when we're going to be scheduling some of these other gatherings next year so that you guys get lots of advance notice and you can plan your schedule around it so that we can all be here together in the future as well. So that's what we'll do in our closing. Big round of applause for all of our track leads. Thank you so much.